us here today on this webinar. Today, we're going to focus on getting the most out of your Auctria license, not only for your marquee event, but also year-round. Auctria is celebrating our 10-year anniversary, and we're proud to share that over $350 million have been raised through 40,000 auction and event fundraising events. We are so happy that you are here to join in the legacy. This is a pictorial agenda today. Everything that we are going over is included in your license. The only exception is texting for the Explorer plans. We will break this down into smaller chunks, talking about before the event, during the event, and a few standalone event options. You may have used a few of these in the past. Maybe you were thinking about it, but you didn't know where to start. My goal is for you to walk away with the knowledge and confidence to add at least one new revenue stream to your next event fundraiser. Before the event, use Auctria so everything downstream is recorded and aligned. Make it easy on yourself and the team, not only for tracking, but also for the event website, payment collections, receipts, statements, and reports. The earlier you start using Auctria, the better coordinated everything is for the team and the public-facing website. So before the main event, you want to sell sponsorships directly on the website. This will help you track inventory and properly promote on the website. Items are the heart of the auction. Use Auctria's Solicit items form on your website, again, to make everything easy. Sell your admission tickets right on the event website alongside your raffle tickets. If you have not asked for sponsorships for your event fundraisers, I suggest you start doing so immediately. We have an entire webinar focused on the why and how with Queen Bee Fundraising a while back, and that information is very current and very relevant. Don't be afraid to ask and post on your website for sponsors. You never know who bumps into it and who will make a purchase. Of course, it helps if you have an auction team member or a board member that is dedicated to this purpose and actively seeking sponsors. If you do already accept sponsors, but they are offline, consider using Auctria throughout that process. Even if you take payments by check to avoid credit card fees, that's okay. We get it. Advertising the sponsorship opportunities on the website adds authority and purpose to the event. Track the sales on Auctria, and then you can show when sponsorships are selling out. Nothing moves people to make a purchase like seeing other sponsors on there. Create FOMO, fear of missing out. You may have heard me say this before, and it's true. Sponsors beget sponsors. Make your next event a sold-out one for sponsorships. On this slide, I'm showing you that you can see an example of the for sale sponsorship page. Set a quantity and let the sales roll in. The overlay to the right is the sponsorship recognition page. Add sponsorship logos and links so it is clickable. Show your sponsors how you will showcase them on the public website in addition to any other recognition. When potential sponsors see how well you are organized, it's a much easier yes for them to commit to and to pay for. Let's take a quick look at the sponsorship ticket setup. This is very similar to loading a ticket or an item or a for sale item. You scroll through and add the item and fill out the form with the relevant information. Most sponsors include admission tickets. If that's the case for you too, you will want to make the sponsorship a ticket, not a for sale item. You want to use a nice image, create multiple levels of meaningful giving. And you may include admission tickets. If so, set the quantity of tickets during that setup to streamline your e-tickets later. And that pink oval there, that's bringing your attention to the most important part of this. Click Is Sponsorship Yes? When clicking yes, this will mark the record as a sponsor. This makes it super easy to use the sponsor catalog and the sponsor row that you saw on the previous slide. because it's all connected. Selling tickets online is the easiest. Let the purchaser do so on your website. Then you just need to add their logo, website link. And if you're doing this offline, there's a couple more steps. If the sponsor wants to pay you by check or another means, you'll want to record the sale from within the dashboard. You're going to pop on over to the Sell Tickets page and record the sale. Again, add a nice logo and the contact information. Here is a hidden gem on the Auctria platform. Solicit items directly from your event website. Post this form and let donors provide information for a donation directly on the website. You as the user will get an email notification when the form has been completed. You'll need to review the auction item, complete the details such as images, a starting bid, and then approve the item. We see this work really well for schools where teachers and staff donate their time for parties or activities. Local service providers use this to make a donation and follow up with an e-gift certificate. And even if it's a product, a donor can complete the form to notify the auction team that a donation is waiting for pickup. Pair this with the donation request letter on the page for a complete self-serve procurement. To use the item solicitation form, you will add a pre-built section to the event website. And this is also where you can add the solicitation letter using Auctria's PDF document uploader. Okay, so here's an example. This sample auction website had big red call to action buttons with their front and center. This organization never did sponsorships, so they started small with 3 at $150, and to their surprise, sold out the very first week. Many larger events, those that are $30, $50, $100,000 plus, multiple hundreds of $1,000s within the Auctria system, attribute about a third of their income to sponsorships. So think about that. If you're not using sponsorships, you're missing out. The same mantra here as I have for donations. If you don't ask for sponsorships, you are leaving money on the table. Businesses may not be able to make a cash donation, but they can and will make a purchase for a sponsorship. And typically this comes from their marketing budget, so it's an easier sale for you. Let's talk tickets. I'm referring to admission tickets here. Yes, tickets are included in all Auctria licenses. No separate module to pay for or add on. There's no need for another platform just to sell tickets. Yes, you may be asking yourself, credit card fees still apply. However, there is no service fee that you will absolutely run into with a ticketing service. Special treat, we have an image library that holds similar images like the ones that you see on this page. You don't have to reinvent the ticket images. There's about a dozen to choose from in the Auctria library. Set up admission tickets on the ticket dashboard. The ticket quantity and makeup is defined by you. Most frequently, ticket options offered are single or double ticket, a table of tickets, early bird tickets, sponsorships that include tickets. Use the description space to include any details to the purchaser. And within the dashboard, you can also include meal options. Then simply run the reports and hand it over to the catering team. Sell tickets online and at the door. Using Auctria will then allow you to send e-tickets, statements, manage tables, manage guests. As part of the ticket purchase, a bidder record will be created, again, streamlining everything. Flat out, using Auctria to sell tickets makes your life easier. Okay, again, selling online is self-service, easy, and open 24 hours a day. If a guest needs help or shows up at the door, you can sell tickets from the Sell Ticket page. And there's a few configurations I want to bring your attention to on this page. And the default are probably set to what most organizations will want. The defaults are you would send the purchaser a ticket statement, you would send guest tickets, and always create bidders for all guests. You can click those off if need be. Raffles are a for sale item. Some people just love raffles. Adding these to your event fundraiser gives people another chance to donate, especially if they don't see an auction item that they love or they know that they're not going to win. Again, don't leave money on the table. We see all sorts of raffles. We see small ones, we see jumbo ones, and I'm talking about in terms of the value there. Bundle raffles for an upsell for a larger purchase. What I mean by that is by bundling raffles. So if you're offering a single ticket for $5, you definitely need to offer 5 tickets for 20. Find that sweet spot for your audience. I did a review of a few recent auctions comparing single tickets with bundled tickets, and it revealed on a couple of them, one of them had a single quantity of 24 tickets, and in that same auction, a grouping was sold 470. So if you do 1 ticket for 5 tickets for 20, some people will just peel off that $20 and hand it right to you. There is a reason that manufacturers bundle multiples at Costco and Sam's Club. So take a page out of that playbook. Hopefully I talked you into raffle bundles. Here's a quickie on the raffle bundle setup. So you'll create a for sale item and then click the button that says is a basket, and yes, save that, and then include in the basket and choose the single ticket item and add the quantity. Then when you run the reports, you get a multiple line for each person equivalent to the quantity purchased. Then you can print that list, pull the raffle, upload to a wheel picker or a random generator. Those pieces aren't part of Auctria, so however you want to manage that is up to you. So remember, a raffle bundle uses the basket option. Jumbo raffles are popular on the auction team talk page. Here are a few examples that were fully sold out this past spring. Win a $2,000 Airbnb gift certificate. They were selling tickets at $50 with a max quantity of 100 tickets sold. So doing the math real quickly, you end up with $5,000 in sales minus the price of the gift card is netting you $3,000. Here's one that was a little smaller. It was win a $500 Amazon gift card. Selling tickets at $25. There were 100 tickets sold. That's going to net you $2,000. Both of these are real examples that sold out prior to event fundraising closing. Give this a try for your next event. When you set this up, it's a for sale item. Give it a nice description and set the quantity to make sure you don't oversell. The draw here is that there's only a set number of tickets that will be sold. And again, let the system work for you. The registers are open 24/7, so anyone can buy a raffle ticket at a time that is convenient for them. During the event, operationalize these fundraising components to increase the total income. Food and drink tickets, dessert dash, wine pull or a wine wall, and text to give. We have observed the food and drink sales modified for virtual events, and guessing as we move to a hybrid, that trend will continue. Obviously, for virtual and hybrid attendees, for the food and drink, there's a delivery that needs to be considered. And text to give can be tied to any event fundraiser, or it can be used anytime throughout your license year as a standalone promotion. Food and drink tickets are a for sale item. Make sure to include a nice image and appropriate pricing. Leave the quantity field empty if there's no limit, and include a quantity if there is a limit. For instance, maybe only the first 50 of the signature cocktail will receive a souvenir glass. In that case, set the quantity to 50 in this example. Sell the drink tickets online, at the door, during the event by kiosk. Simply put it on the bidders tab for checkout at the end of the event. For virtual events, we did see meals being sold and delivered to enhance the virtual event experience. Working with a caterer or a restaurant in advance to plan out the distribution is of utmost importance. For non-perishables, we saw VIP swag boxes did really well. Essentially, You can price a VIP or a swag box at 100% the value of the box. So if it costs you $25 to put it together, sell it for $50. That gives you a $25 profit. If you sell just 50 boxes, you have $1,250 in your pocket. We did a 6 tips in 16 minutes with one of our favorite event planners, and you can catch the webinar on playback with lots of tips and photos on the swag boxes. So who doesn't love a dessert dash? If you are not familiar with this, it's a blast and a great motivator for donations. At a gala, desserts are on display, but it's the table that raises the most amount of money that gets to choose their dessert first. These get very competitive, and that's a good thing for your bottom line. Let's talk operations here on a dessert dash. This is for a dessert dash that's in the room. At an event, set out a printed bid sheet, and each person at the table can add their donation to the table pool. If you want to go contactless, you can print a display page with a QR code. Diners can scan the code from their table and make a donation on their mobile device. Again, the table with the highest bids gets to choose first, and the second highest bid chooses second, and so on from there. For an all-online virtual event, people still like their sweets, so give it to them. The dessert dash is not quite as literal for a virtual event, yet it can still be fun. During the virtual event, show the cake or the pie, describe the baker or the bakery. With the lag in delivery time, you can even give the winner a choice of toppings or frosting to make it even more desirable. Then bid it up. We see these go for hundreds of dollars. People want to donate to the cause, give them a sweet reason to bid and donate. You do need to plan to deliver the confectionery within a stated time frame and usually a specific delivery radius. Okay, wine pull, wine wall. Buy the wine bottles, sell them at a premium, and return your unsold inventory. We have seen not only wine walls, but whiskey or bourbon walls. Display them in an appealing fashion. Some groups will display the bottles, others will wrap them in brown paper bags, making it a blind pull. Sell each bottle for a flat amount. Most bottles are valued below that price with a few premium levels. It's all in fun, and everyone is a winner because they get to enjoy the bottle of wine with their meal. Your charity is the winner too, because most wine stores will give you a bulk discount, and you are selling the wine above the retail price. Make sure you check with your venue in advance to be sure they're okay with this, though. How do you collect payment for the wine wall activity? The supporter can pay on the website if they want to pre-purchase in advance. It's an interesting phenomenon. If they buy in advance, then when they arrive, it's already been paid for. Feels like it's free. Then when they get to the event, mentally their balance is zero and they are bidding and buying on a brand new slate. At the event, you'll go to the bidding sales dashboard, record the purchase, the bidder number, and everything will process upon checkout. Most liquor stores will allow you to return unopened bottles, so there is very little risk and an upside for sales. Texting within the Auctria platform is continuing to get upgrades. You can text to give, text to donate, text to register, text to bid, and now you can even text to make a purchase for a for sale item. For the for sale items and donations, send out a link where the person texts back the keyword and the purchase is made. For text to donate, the mobile user texts the word donate, D-O-N-A-T-E, and any amount, and this gets added to the bidder's account. You can set up texting so that they get a payment link back, like the one on the phone screens here. Texting is great when it's tied into an event, but remember, your Auctria license is for a full 12 months, so text to give is also available for a full 12 months. This is great to add to other events where you have a large audience. Just set up a few donations and ask your supporters to text to donate. Use this for an urgent fund need. It's the perfect vehicle for donors to give quickly and easily. So this is the text setup page to turn on and off that payment link I was referring to. It's a little checkbox on the text-based registration page. So when the bidder texts in a donation or purchase, they will immediately get back a link to make a payment. The bottom part of the screen says tap to load on the mobile screen there. They tap that to access the payment details so they can square up and put in their credit card information. I'm going to state the obvious here. You need to have credit card processing enabled. So Auctria isn't just auctions, it's a well-rounded event fundraising platform so you can put on a well-rounded event fundraiser. Add merchandise sales to an ongoing event or use Auctria standalone for merchandise sales. Other standalone events are Giving Tuesday, tournaments, and peer-to-peer fundraising events. They can all yield tremendous income. We have some organizations where their golf tournaments is their marquee event and the auction is an add-on. Okay, let's talk merchandise sales. This is really broad and we see everything. Buy-in parties, schools will do a pizza party, extra recess, movie night. Community organizations will do a buy-in party for a tea party or private tours of a historical landmark. Anything that is unique or special sells. Start asking amongst your network for ideas. I'm sure you can come up with at least one fabulous opportunity. We see swag boxes, t-shirts, cups, mugs, tumblers, magnets, pre-party access, VIP boxes. Kinda Company was kind to share these images with us. You can see how creative and well branded they made their VIP swag boxes. You can imagine how this looks when shared on social media with a hashtag. So set those up as merchandise and for sale and off you go. Giving Tuesday 2021 is November 30th. With your Auctria license, there is no limit to the number of events you can run. So set up your Giving Tuesday event with Auctria. Supporters are already familiar with your website, so using Auctria for Giving Tuesday again makes it easy. And with Auctria, we make it super simple with you to get set up. From the Organizations tab, you'll go to Special and click Giving Tuesday, and the Giving Tuesday event will auto set up with the website. You can auto create the event in just those couple clicks. It gives you a beautiful one-page website so you can be part of the giving on November 30th. All you have to do is promote the link. We will be running a webinar on this as it gets closer, so stay tuned in. You can run a tournament with Auctria. The most popular is a golf tournament. This too was an entire webinar. Because you can customize the website so much, your golf event can look completely different than your gala. And I want to give a shout out and thank our professional auctioneer, Patrick Siver of G Events, for this slide. This is a snippet of a full webinar we did recently on golf tournaments. I cannot stress enough the value of having the sales ability on the website. This eliminates the need for expensive printed sales kits, constantly needing to be updated and cost way too much for printing. Now, here's where we have to remember selling golf can be very similar to selling your annual gala or auction event. We advocate selling foursomes instead of individual golfers, and just like tables versus individual tickets. Remember, it's a lot easier to sell 32 or 36 foursomes than 144 single golfers. You can always make individual spots available if you need to. You're going to create a for sale item for your sponsorships and a foursome package. And remember to set the quantity so that you can track your inventory. Be sure to designate the number of golfers/tickets that are associated with each item package. Each time a sale is made, whether it's initiated by the customer using the website or your team using the dashboard, a ticket or bidder will be created for each golfer and assigns them to a team or what would be in our system, the table. Now you can track the individual's information just like you do at your gala event. And Auctria's communication tools make that smooth and trackable. Best of all, your website is open 24/7, so sales can be done whenever the customer is ready to support your organization. You can use Auctria in a peer to peer light fashion. This can be used for ambassador fundraising, where you have a peer asking their peers to donate to a cause they believe in. The ambassador does most of the campaigning. Usually, there are a few to make it competitive. Then at the end, reveal the winners. Although they're all winners because they're all helping. For the ambassador experience, make it easy for them to share. The top image, I have all the peer ambassadors on a catalog page. When you click through the Panda page, it generates a unique page. Have Panda ambassador share that page to garner donations. You can connect a thermometer to each peer's donation page for some visual encouragement. You want to make it scannable? Print a display page with a QR code. Again, fast and streamlined giving. If you are running a virtual event, use the QR code to display on the screen. The faster someone can scan that and access the donation page, the faster they can click and make a donation. Throw in some fun with a peer to peer. In this example, the peers were David and Nicole. They rallied their audience to purchase their colored raffle tickets. Each exceeded the goals and can be seen with the representative thermometers there. Just tie the income to the thermometer and to those particular auction items. Within minutes, these two sharing on social media, they crushed the original goal of 500 and then again blew through the $1,000 each. This was an add-on to a current event fundraiser. So this was newfound money and, more importantly, new supporters. Links to the appropriate user guide pages are below, and you can always access all of Auctria's webinars on playback at auctria/webinars.com. Stay in touch with Auctria. We post regularly to Facebook and Twitter. We have a Facebook group, Auction Team Talk, where all sorts of auction teams hang out. Event fundraising planners are on there, benefit auctioneers, and it's a great place to catch up with your colleagues. We offer two additional levels of service at Auctria. There's Auctria Launch, where you would have a team within Auctria to get your event set up and running as quickly and as stress-free as possible. We also offer Auctria Assist. It's a single meeting for an in-depth consultation and training for your team. And all those details can be found on the Auctria website.